Hi everyone, I had to just come on here and do a rant about the Kowalski case. So they just got turned down again for another appeal. This is like 4 or 5 appeals since 2008. You know, Jerome Kowalski is an innocent man. They just keep jacking him around. They just hope he's going to die, so they don't have to admit that they screwed up the biggest scandal trial in the history of Livingston County. So, Jerome Kowalski was arrested in 2008 for the murder of his brother Richard and Richard's wife Brenda in 2008. At the time, Teresa Brennan was the judge, and she got the case in 2013. So he spent 5 years in Livingston County Jail before he even got a trial. So then the trial comes. Teresa Brennan was asked by the head chief judge at the time, who was David Reeder, because everybody had heard some rumors going around that Teresa Brennan was having an affair with the lead detective on the case, Sean Furlong. And of course she denied it. The trial went on. The trial was a big clown show. Pamela Moss was the big prosecutor in it and was just ridiculous the way she conducted herself in the whole trial. Bill Vaillancourt at the time was the lead, the head prosecutor in Livingston County. And the whole trial was botched, okay? They didn't let in a lot of evidence. They had no evidence on Jerome to begin with. They only had a false confession. They had a false confession expert come in and testify how people do false confessions. That's all they had. They never had a weapon. They never had fingerprints. They never had a motive. They never had anything to connect him to the murder except his false confession. Now, in all these murder cases, most of them are about money. So let's look at the people that got money when Richard died. Let's look at them. Okay? They never even looked at them. And there was millions of dollars that were given out when Richard died. To who? Not Jerome. No, Jerome lost everything. Jerome lost his house, his car, his money, everything. And so 5 years in the Livingston County Jail, he gets the trial. The trial was ridiculous. He gets sent to prison. They put in appeals. They had one appeal left, and then they started making some noise. And then, guess what happened? Teresa Brennan, ex-husband, filed for divorce, came out with all these text messages between Furlong and her before the trial, during the trial, and after the trial. And, of course, Teresa Brennan wasn't charged anything with this Kowalski case, but she did some wrong things in her divorce case. She got, taken off the bench, charged with a felony of taking off her cell phone records, and she had to go to jail for 6 months. And then again, anybody else that would have been charged with what she got charged would have had up to 15 years or something in jail. But the head B up there in Lansing said, oh no, you can only give her 6 months. So that's what she got. Luckily the judge saw through all the crap and gave her the 6 months. So she was taken off the bench. Furlong got to retire with full benefits. Never heard from him again. So then after all this stuff comes out, Livingston County had no choice but now to grant Jerome a new trial. So they did. They granted him a new trial. They rushed him out of the Lapeer prison, put him back in Livingston County, and he sat there for 3 years. 3 years. Waiting. And then the convid hit, the convid. And then finally they had to let him out of the jail because you can only keep someone in a county jail for so long. So then they let him out on 2 tethers, which was a huge blessing. That was over 2 years ago. Almost 2.5 years ago, they let him out to his son's house, which was fantastic after spending all those, 13 years locked up for something he didn't do. And now he's in house arrest with 2 tethers, can't go anywhere, can't do anything. And when he got the new trial, they asked for Brennan and Furlong to be witnesses for them, and of course the judge denied it. Why would the judge deny some of the two lead players in a double murder just because they're an ex-judge and an ex-cop that were highly involved in this, and the reason they got the shitty trial, the unfair trial? Why can't now they come be witnesses? Oh, maybe it's because who you know? So, of course, Livingston County can do nothing with this new trial at all because they're all, prejudiced now that all this has come out. So then they go for appeals, and all the appeals get turned down. Well, guess where Bill Vaillancourt and Pamela Moss are? They're up in Lansing now. They got taken out of Livingston County. David Reeder won as prosecutor, and they're up working in Lansing now, with everybody up in Lansing. So it's all who you know, they all hang out together. So I'm just so sick of the injustice and the fraud, in the whole world that's been going on, that's all coming out. I mean, look what they do to people in these courts. Look what they do. It's just how much money you have and who you know. So I'm just fuming mad because we just found out yesterday that their fourth or fifth appeal got turned down again. So they just want him to die so that this doesn't all come out. So then other cases would be open too if Jerome case gets, turned around where he was innocent. And he is innocent. He's been innocent all along. And what I don't get is they had a witness there that was way more guilty as far as evidence, and they didn't even look at him. It was like, oh, we got a false confession, and they were running, Vaillancourt and Brennan were running for re-election at the time, so they just wanted a conviction. How do people live with themselves? Wouldn't you want to do the truth, to be fair, to do the truth, find out who really killed somebody? And poor Richard and Brenda, they know who killed him. So I'm just furious. I don't know how they stand it. Jerome and his kids and the grandkids and the friends, and this is like I said, a 16-year ordeal. And Jerome has to pay for his tethers too. Like it's either $300 or $400 a month to have 2 tethers on. And he can't go anywhere. So I'm just making some noise here. Share this video. We all need to rally up in Lansing. They're just all in cahoots up there, all covering each other's ass, and they just don't want this truth to come out about the trial and how Jerome is innocent. So, share the video and, keep some prayers up. I'm just fuming mad at these frickin' politicians and these elected officials. We the people, we're in charge, and we have to stand up for all this injustice and truth. We can't just sit idle all the time and just keep our mouths shut. It's still a free country, and we have a right to say how we think. And anyway, I just wanted to come on here. I'm just fuming mad that they turned down yet again another appeal. So when's Jerome get a trial, new trial? When? I mean, they only granted him a new trial 5 years ago in 2019. This is 2024. So we're all on to you guys, and we're not, his family, him and his family, and all of us that know about this, we're not going to just sit and take your crap. We're going to stand up, and we're going to keep fighting for justice and the truth for Jerome Kowalski. That's it. We got to stand up. We have to stand up and speak out for wrongs, for lies, for cover-ups. Truth. is what God's all about. God wins. Love and peace. That's what's happening today with Denise.